The stopwatch not going to be triumphant like the previous games. I hear a shout from Sivir, but just going to run away.
Yeah, and even Cosmic Radiance is burned. Bit of panic, I suppose, on the side of King Zone. They were not going to be jumped on, and at least discouraged the KSV bot lane from going any further. Israel with the red buff is kind of scary.
And it's a flow-on effect of the previous ward putting down, because you look at the map and you say, okay, what did King Zone know from their vision? Very little. Their red buff is covering not much else. They just didn't know where the rest of KSV was, and they had to use extra ultimates to get out. Now they have to run away. They don't have the Cosmic Radiance.
Oh, look at this. Ruler by himself with the help of Cube is going to force another Realm Warp to get them back. Prey down to half health. BDD nearby. And Rascal, he got such a good early lead, but he's kind of just running around like a chicken without a head. And now he's all alone. Here comes Cube. They're going to push back. This means just more pressure for KSV in this jungle.
There's just nowhere for Rascal to go because they don't have control around the Sivir lane like they would have expected with this strategy. The moment that KSV got the vision, got the objectives in top side, King Zone can't get back onto the map. They're reacting.
Okay, here comes Rascal. He heard me talking about him. He wants to make a play. 4-man ultimate, but the follow-up knockup from the Brawl. They're going to turn it around with the help of Crown. Gorilla getting low as well. Peanut's going to get hit by the ultimate of Ruler. This is a stomp by the side of KSV. This is not going to be close. That mission, he wants that ace, and he is going to get it. A triple kill for Gangplank. Another ace for KSV, and this World Championship team is running away with this one.
Exactly, Valdez. They are looking like the team that walked away with the Summoners Cup at the end of last year. Even though the team fight is set up, the team fights are never everyone pressing their buttons at the same time. There's no 4 R's used in unison, no flying V by the side of King Zone, cemented by their old triumvirate of Prey, Gorilla, and Peanut. Instead, everyone's kind of alone. Rascal here, ults gets into the back line, but there's no Cosmic Radiance with it. There's no Sivir ultimate. It's used, but it's not necessarily followed up upon. They can't burst down the first member. And this game that was supposed to be run by the side of King Zone has been a run away from them, as it's just closest target after closest target for KSV in the fight.
Yeah. Crown, nice patience there. Saves his ultimate for the Rise, who he did have QSS, but it just delayed him that extra second for them to pick up another kill and complete that ace towards the end of it all. But man, this is a bit out of hand. You have the Kleptomancy paying off now in dividends. Gangplank on 3.5 items. Ezreal on 3.5 items. Everybody is just out of control. Even the Malzahar finishing the Void Staff, picking up a needlessly large rod. A finished Banshee's Veil as well. What are you going to do against these big 3 tanks? Not even to mention the Rengar, who already has Guardian Angel.
That's a game where the gold lead actually does factor in. This sort of game where if Samsung or KSV were up 3,000 gold, you say, okay, but compositionally, King Zone have the better team fight comp. Composition doesn't really matter when it's 8,000 gold plus. About as his turrets keep going down. Doesn't matter when you don't have map control really in any spotters. Oh, we're all ulted backwards. That was a celebratory moment. That was a bit of the champagne
A little bit of BM, you know, just to top it all up.
Don't even need this.
They're going to 2-0 one of the most hyped teams in all of LCK, and he's like, yeah, I'll just ult backwards. Meanwhile, Kibe is going to get picked off here, but it doesn't really matter here for KSV. They're pushing into the top lane with that Baron buff. Down will go a turret. Will they push any further, or will they pull the old Samsung strategy and just back off and play it? See, looks like that's what they will do.
It's funny how even with King Zone throwing out all these different strategies, after the game, if you're doing the recap, you sit there and say, well, King Zone had some things that KSV didn't really know how to deal with. Early game went the way of King Zone, as expected, just given the matchup. Samsung versus Longzhu was early game versus late game in KSV's favor. Sorry, in King Zone's favor. But as the game went on, one late Cosmic Radiance, winning skirmishes in mid and bot lane. From there, Samsung or KSV have really never looked like losing. They've cemented their foothold so smartly with vision and macro play, and all the innovation in the world just can't repel stock standard reliable League of Legends, which is what KSV plays and spends.
They're being so solid, so strong, untouchable at this point. I was looking at the composition of King Zone coming into this, and I'm like, how do you stop it? This looks crazy. They're going to run straight at you. You can't really do much, but KSV have taught me a lesson, and a lot of people a lesson, especially King Zone tonight, that you can't just grab this composition and get away with it.
Sort of game
take out
that's
2 inhibitors.
If I'm a coach this turret right now, Valdez.
Look at Peanut, he's already below half health, pretty much useless at this point. Not the start he wanted on King Zone, that's for sure. Okay, Crown is going to try to ultimate in. We do have a nice Cosmic Radiance. This is their chance. They are going to take out Crown. Peanut is going to go golden. Rascal in the back, 1v3. He goes golden himself. Will he have some support? In comes the Rise by himself. He's low, though. He goes golden as well. It's a Blakefield's game. Can they actually win the fight, though? Here comes Ruler. Still full health. Rascal,
though, in the game.
He's not in this one. And look at this. Rascal, though, is going to get him back his health. Ruler is going to pop forward. And with the help of Cube, is going to take him out. And mission is
this one especially, the mad scientist teleport, Sivir being played by Bray, the Vladimir counterpick into the gangplank, and please remember that it worked to a point. But that one time we watched bot lane and saw that the turret was still above half health, we wondered, how could this be? We're seeing someone have to ult just for wave clear, a Braum have to put up his shield just to allow his Ezreal to back. But Kingzone couldn't stick all the smart plans. In fits and spurts, they had ways to win the game, but they never actually closed on those win conditions. They just opened them. They just asked questions, but weren't even there to see the lack of answer from the side of KSV. And then KSV got one little advantage. They won those 2 skirmishes around mid and bot lane, and you never thought like Kingzone would come back into the game. It felt like KSV had the game iced just from one smart play.
Yeah. We got Prey on camera looking a bit flustered after that one. You don't want to get 0-2'd against any team in your first day of the new league.
And there is chance. It is the first day. Rascal, the man on your screen, is not Khan. Khan with the same sort of lead. Would he have changed the game? You want to say yes, but the macro was more the problem, it felt like. It felt like Rascal couldn't go places because he didn't have vision. So while you can sit there and say Khan in will make Longju or Kingzone stronger, definitely. But would it have been enough to beat KSV? We will never know. Let's focus on the wins. Let's focus on KSV. They are so solid in their approach, even with multiple lanes that were losing on paper. It didn't matter. They stuck to what they're good at, and knowing what you're good at, and acting on it is the sign of a top team. KSV is one of our top teams.
Yeah, they know exactly what they're going up against as well. You were talking about just matchup stuff like in the top lane. You know what you're getting yourself into as a flag against gangplank and vice versa, but also just the little things for KSV. They know the goal of the composition of KZ. They're like, okay, we're going to do every little thing to stop you in early Rip Herald, to stop a push, you know, the blocking with the Braum to allow Israel to get back and back to lane faster. All these little things that help KSV stay in the game.
That's why I kind of have to hold the horse, because it seems academic, right? But consider how much the Vlad was winning in top lane. Consider how many unexpected things came together and put KSV massively behind. No Rengar ult for 15 minutes of farming Rengar. The ability to lose the minimum in a high-pressure scenario with new things that you haven't necessarily scrimmed multiple times against, pick up the pieces and win a game in such clinical fashion is the sort of thing where people will watch the ball, they'll try to emulate KSV, but you need the trust in the process, you need the fundamentals that KSV have as a team to pull off, because this was a pretty miraculous comeback in terms of game pressure, when Kingzone felt like they ran 95% of the map, and then what, a minute later, they ran another.
Yeah, just like that one lost, well, 2 lost skirmishes, as you said. You guys can see it on the Golden Advantage graph down there. Longju, or rather Kingzone, we're ahead, but after that it was one rock slide up into the side of KSV.
And the gold lead doesn't tell a tale. They were much more ahead Kingzone than it shows, because they weren't worried about how much translates solo queue mechanics into a very solid display. MVP of Worlds 2017 final. Comes in, doesn't miss a beat, looking great. We forget that he's only been a pro player for 3 splits. It feels like it's been forever. But he is the rock, or one of the rocks, you have to say, around which KSV are built.
They are. Well, guys, we're going to go into the MVP interview soon. And so stay tuned for that. looking very fast and furious for KC in the beginning, but that stun proc by Ruler, they just go for the dive. That was one of the warm skirmishes. This was the other. And right after that, KSV just ran away with this game.
It's all about the clock. Both these things happening at the same time. Kingzone kind of splitting their interest. They were mid, they were bot, they were caught in transition. And really lost the game from there. It never looked like KSV would ever take away their grasp they got. They translated into excellent vision at the top side. I said it a couple of times already. Just the fundamentals they showed when ahead. Their macro from ahead. Maybe the best I've ever seen. It's so clinical. Reminds me of SK Telecom in 2015 when it comes to how clinical they can be. And Kingzone kept trying things, but by the point we got to this, too much of an item lead. Buttermy in the back line, occupying 3 people's time is usually the sign of a one fight in such a game. But it was just ambition backdooring, inhibitors, taking down turrets. He died after this, maybe one should but we do anyway, haha, that ambition. But from that, KSV, you know, they really do have their sights on that first Korean title, as Ambition mentioned. Samsung White, Samsung Blue in particular, picked up that big trophy, but Samsung White could never pick up the title when they took on the Samsung name. And Samsung as an organization is gone. KSV is here. And they're, with a very small sample size admittedly, one of the big favorites for spring season 2018.
Yeah, really the question is how far can they take it. It is day number 1. They take a 2-0 victory over one of the favorites here in Korea. Up next, guys, we will have Hongdu Monster versus MVP, a real big one coming up next year on our first day at Squid TV.
Yeah, expected to be a top of the table clash in game 1. Probably going to be a bottom of the table clash in game 2, but that only matters at the end of the season. Now, hope springs eternal. It is their first match. Both these teams will want to release the shackles of previous expectations, show us something special. And even a 2-0, if it comes down to both of them being relegation teams, could be pretty important in terms of game score. So this early in the season is all can't miss action, even if it's not going to be quite as hype as World Champions versus LCK Summer Champions.
Yep, still is LCK, still are some of the teams that were able to make it into this very competitive league. So looking forward to see what crazy stuff Max is going to bring out, what crazy stuff the teams are going to bring out in general, because Max, we haven't really seen them since, you know, a long time ago, I guess, Esco Cup.
Yep.
That's a good match, and Ocho, it's good to be back. It's featured there by our lovely audience.
We just want you all to come apart. You come down to the next on arena, you can also be there. Also LCK. People will see your face. They see you with Twitch tab. It's a little bit different when on stream.
So guys, we are going to be back in about 50 minutes to make that 48 with our second matchup of the night. Will be Hongdu Monster versus MVP. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back at 7:50.
tay mình đừng buông ra. Chạy theo em ở nơi trời xa lắm